Zizi, let us not just innovate, let us educate too. The Hindu god Shiva is sometimes referred to as Lord of the Bhang. There are several legends associating Shiva with cannabis, from him making it of his own flesh to help purify the Amrita, or elixir of life, to it being churned up from a sea of milk, along with a sacred cow and the moon itself. One such legend states that Shiva, in the midst of an argument with his family, escaped to the mountains. As he continued to climb, he became tired from his journey and the sun's hot rays. He fell asleep beneath a plant. When he awoke, he became aware of the fragrant smell of the plant and decided to taste its leaves. Rejuvenated, Shiva made this ganja his favorite food, bringing it back to humanity along with the art of yoga and the practice of using the sacred herb correctly. As a result, devotees of Shiva still consume bhang, ganja and charas, three traditional preparations of cannabis, to this day. This is most commonly consumed in a drink known as bhang lassi, which is similar to mango lassi popularized in the West, with bhang taking the place of mango. This drink is especially used on holidays such as Holi and Shivratri, the festival of Shiva. Even in regions where it's illegal, an exception is made during these celebrations. The sadhus, yogic holy men and devotees of Shiva smoke it in the forms of ganja and charas on a daily basis, saying it brings them closer to Shiva. But as we will see, Hinduism isn't the only Indo-Aryan religious tradition to incorporate cannabis. The Vedic religion, the proto-religion of the Indo-Aryan people, served as the origin for both Hinduism and Zoroastrianism, with the Zoroastrian faith flourishing in Iran and Hinduism developing in the Indian subcontinent. The Persian prophet Zoroaster is believed to be the first to make mention of cannabis as a sacrament. In the Zenavesta, a collection of important religious texts in Zoroastrianism, hemp appears first in a list of over 10,000 medicinal plants. It was considered the chief religious sacrament of the priestly class and was generally unavailable to common people. This priestly class consumed bhang, sometimes referred to as banga or mang, mixed with wine, after which it is said that their bodies rested while their minds went on a spiritual journey. In fact, many of our modern conceptual imagery of heaven and hell come from Zoroastrian priest Arduk Wiraf, who was known to go on journeys to these realms through the use of bhang. Zoroaster's wife, dissatisfied by this secondary shamanic experience, prayed to the Supreme Being that he gave her his good narcotic bhanga. Back in India, a new religion was developing based on the teachings of a sage named Siddhartha Gautama. According to legend, Gautama the Buddha subsided on hemp for 6 years before his revelation and his ascent to Buddhahood. As he sat beneath the Bodhi tree for 40 days and 40 nights, he consumed only a single hemp seed per day. And while most sects of Buddhism have largely forgotten or ignored bhang's important place in Buddhism, a spiritual movement called Tantra sprung up in the 6th century, weaving Hindu and Buddhist belief into a new esoteric philosophy in which bhang played a preeminent role. In the Mahanirvana Tantra, bhang is said to assist in a great liberation. A prayer is contained in this sacred religious text that is supposed to accompany consumption of bhang. When translated, it reads, "May this cannabis be a blessing to my heart." The Mahanirvana also states that bhang is consumed in order to liberate oneself, and that those who do, in dominating their mental faculties and following the yoga or law of Shiva, are to be likened to immortals on earth. By the Middle Ages, bhang became so popular, in fact, that it was often consumed before battle, much in the way that alcohol was in the West. They believed that consumption of bhang would make one's enemies feel possessed by spirits. A later religious tradition, Sikhism, which finds its roots in Tantra, forbids all drugs and alcohol, with bhang being the exception. They call it Sudnidan, meaning giver of peace. When the Sikhs founder was presented with bhang by the Mughal king Babur, he was so delighted as to offer his blessing to have his kingdom for 7 generations. This Sudnidan was especially popular with a group of Sikh warriors known as the Nihang who consume it to this day. And while colonialism has largely wiped out psychotropic plants the world over, the Sikhs received special permission from the British imperialists to continue using Sudnidan. In the late 1800s, when opium and other drugs of concern were made illegal in British colonies, a commission was set up who created a report of the importance of cannabis in Indian culture. It concluded that suppressing the use of bhang would be unjustifiable due to its ancient religious usage among Hindus and the view that it was harmless when used in moderation. When we return, we'll explore the spread of cannabis into the ancient Western world. ZZ. Let us not just innovate, let us educate too.